Alright, exercise number 1. Very similar to last week. Just going to have the consistent picking the whole time. And, starting at 60, we have this. Just had a total brain fart. For some reason, I'm thinking I was counting it wrong. Here we go. Let me point one thing out, though. You're gonna, what I do here, first and third finger to start out with, and then I'll shift my hand over, first finger, like that. So first and third, open string, shift the hand up, first and third again. All right, here we go. Hopefully I can play now. Double time. Here we go. $160. $200. Again. And your goal speed of 240. We talked a bit about muting today. Just want to point out when I am playing like the open string stuff here, I have my index finger resting on all 5 of those there. So after I go, index finger goes right again on top of those 5 strings. And the other thing I mentioned was getting your index finger used to touching the adjacent strings. So like when you're playing the G string, you should have your index finger curved just enough so it's muting the B and E string, as well as just barely touching that D string. So that's important to do when you're playing scale stuff or any kind of riffy type thing. When we get into old finger tapping, that's going to be very important to have the muting there, especially the way that I teach finger tapping. Because you might see a lot of people doing it like this. I think maybe you even did that in one of the videos I saw of you that your dad sent. We're going to get you doing stuff like that. So, getting the max speed there, you're not going to be getting that by doing the flick away motion. We're going to be getting you, finger tapping like this, where you pull off the same way you would on the left hand, which is going to have you colliding with adjacent strings, so that you need to mute well with your left hand. So we'll be getting more and more into that. Another reason why you want to be good at muting, if you want to, as you said, so your goal you have for yourself is to make some money playing lead guitar. Well, you got to be real good at muting unwanted noise. Because when you're in the studio, everything gets picked up. So, something to keep in mind there. You want to keep it as clean as you can all the time. Because when you're in that studio, everything will be heard. It's a very humbling experience. At least it was for me. Alright, exercise number 2. Here we go, 60 beats a minute. double time. $160. 200. And last, the goal speed of 240. Okay. And number 3 is the one where you're going to be really focused on hitting strict alternate picking. So every time you go to the new string, you're going up to the higher string on every 4th note of the bar. That's going to be an upstroke. So you're going to have to go past the A string in order to hit that upstroke. So down, up, and that's how it is for every bar. So every time you go to the last note in every bar, when you're going up a string, you're going to hit it with an upstroke. Okay. So here we are at 60. Watch your right hand when you do this to make sure it went the direction you want it to. All right, 120. $160. $200. And $240. Okay. The other thing we talked about today was making sure you use the same fingers going up and back down in the scale. The only one I noticed that got a little off that you caught was the D Dorian. So you're going up. You got first, third, fourth, first, third, and then you shift over. So that A string, when you're going up, you went first, third finger. So when you come back down, make sure you go third, first. You get back to that A string. So you're probably going to get the last of these scales this week. You really only have 2 more to learn because the B Locrian is exactly the same thing as C Ionian. You just add this B note at the bottom. So you take the C Ionian shape. But add that note down there. So it's just like how Phrygian, E Phrygian, is like the exact same thing as F Lydian. You just take that E note and get rid of it, and you have the F Lydian instead. Same idea. So let's see, when you're doing Mixolydian, I might want to start this, start with your middle finger, just like you do that Ionian shape. There's a couple hand shifts. So when you're going from the G string to the B string, you'll shift your hand over. And then you're going from the B string back to the G string, shift your hand back. That's really the only thing to point out there. The Aeolian, the natural minor scale, this one will be a little bit different, or not a bit different. It'd be like Dorian, where you got to pay attention to using the fingers, same fingers going up and down. So here you got first, third, fourth, first, third, fourth, first, third. So that D string is where you got to watch out. So you got first and third on the D string, and then you're going to shift your hand over when you start on the G string. Shift your hand over again for the B string. Shift your hand back from B to G string, and then you're going to use your third and first when you go back down to the D string. And actually, you should probably be doing it like this. We also talked about when you practice your scales right now, just downstroke everything. This way we avoid reinforcing a bad habit of accidentally comic picking. So go ahead and just down pick everything right now, or up pick everything. So like this is, watch my left hand here. Shift your hand over, shift it again. Shift your hand, shift it again, ring finger. Okay, I believe that covers everything. If you have any questions before next week, let me know. But I'll see you then.